And Summon Sorceress receives an errata, unbanning itself for this official ban list. Call 40. Make sure you guys smash the like crap button and that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. Summon Sorceress is back with a new effect. We'll talk about that here in a second once we get to it on the ban list here. Newly banned for the April 1st OCG ban list. Nothing. They chose to actually not approach any bans for this block, which is quite interesting, actually. If the OCG feels that there's no reason to ban things, that's kind of interesting, or there's just more power creep coming in Infinite Forbidden. That's a little bit worrisome to kind of think about out here. But newly restricted cards. Oh, hi, Title. How are you? I don't know why we didn't bring Title back on the previous list, but okay. Are we finally doing the Merlantian stuff? Can we finally bring water back? Oh, never mind. There is something out there that is good. Wanted went to 1. This is what the OCG or the TCG actually wants to happen. The TCG wants this card cratered to 1. They want the consistency cut off from this. And I mean, this is the card that makes all of the fire go round in the deck. Like, there is no doubt in my mind about Wanted needing to go. Like, this is actually a really, really good hit. Now, if the TCG would follow up and do this, they don't need to hit Snake Eyes Ash. They don't have to hit any of the other consistency. They just need to clean this up. And then there can only be one actually following suit here as well. This is also what we knew that was going to happen after the TCG went after Rivalry Gozen, and there can only be one. You have the same follow-up here as well. So this actually ends the terror of Floodgates in the OCG with all of them being restricted to 1. So now they're following the same suit. I don't know. I still don't understand why it took so long for Tidal to come back. Like, did we really have to wait this long to bring it back? Like, the entire Dragon Ruler squad is now, in fact, back. Mashal has them at 3. But, you know, here we are. And, of course, Wanted, this just needed to happen. Like, this deck is such a nightmare. So, choice, to 2. And, Ib, okay, this is fine. Ib, at this point, can move. But, do notice one little thing here. That is SP Little Knight semi-restricted. What is going on here? Why is SP Little Knight on the semi-restricted list? Were decks... I don't think I've ever seen a deck playing 3 SP Little Knights. Like, this has to be Konami's warning sign to players going, we're watching this card. We will put this card to 1 if you keep this up. And that's what this feels like right now, which is the funniest thing that you could actually come up with here was just making sure that hey, we're watching you. We know that you're abusing this card too much. And I mean, realistically, if they're going after Wanted, putting SP to 1, I guess naturally just makes sense because all these decks that are playing 2 to 3 of it is insane. And hey, hi Kieran, how are you? I mean, only like the Pure Fire King decks are playing 3, so like moving it to 2 is good. And then hi Snake Eyes Ash, not only did you guys lose 2 Wanteds, you're also losing a Snake Eyes Ash as well. I'm all about that, actually. That's good. We're semi-restricting Kaiser Coliseum. Does that really matter all that much right now? Like, what are we doing here? Like, Kaiser should probably be banned. All right, you're telling me that there can only be one is justifiable. And then we look at, Kaiser Coliseum, like, well, we can go ahead. It does force you to have a monster on the field. Like, no OCG, this is a problem, all right? You can continue to dance around it all you want, but the fact that they chose to actually approach Kaiser Coliseum and start to address the Salamangreat locks that they've been facing with this, I think this is good. And Pot of Extract, too. This one's funny. This is the ha 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 of this list. I quite like this a lot. Like, we're actually slowly cleaning this up. Okay, so I mean, your semi-limits, the OCG really loves using this side of the list. Cards that were unrestricted. Okay, so due to rule revision, Summon Sorceress will have the new text and restrictions be lifted from April 1st. All right, now this is a horrible machine translation, but this is the current effect. Which you can only use each of the effects of the second card of this card and blah 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 once per turn. So on Link Summon, we can special summon a monster from your hand to your opponent's zone this card points to in defense position. And then you can target one face-up monster that this card points to. Special summon from your deck a monster with the same type as that target, but its effects are negated to any zone this card points to in defense position. Now, your new effect here, which will be, if this card is Link Summon, you can special summon one monster from your hand to your opponent's zone this card points to in defense position with its effects negated. Then you can special summon one monster from your deck with the same type as that monster in defense position with its effects negated. And if you do, for the rest of this turn, you can only special summon monsters with that same original type. So, they managed to attempt to fix the Summon Sorceress thing here with a pseudo lock for type. And I think this is fine. Alright, this is how you attempt to fix the card, alright? You put locks on them, alright? And we've seen time and time again that Konami creating cards or editing cards, I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh man, did they just ruin Summon Sorceress? I don't think so. I think they did exactly what they needed to do for the card to balance it out on the aspect of things that, you know, you actually are making use of the special summon a monster to the opponent's zone for sure. And then on the flip side of the equation here, it's just other people will be like, well, they just ruined Summon Sorceress's legacy. I guess, but Summon Sorceress will sell the upcoming rulebook for sure. Like, this is good. Alright, so welcome back, Summon Sorceress. So other cards moving to Threeville down here. We had Mech Knight, Grisu here, so we're finally getting the Orcust supply of fun. We're finally getting the movements here for Supreme King. Holy moly, this has taken forever for the OCG to do. They're also finally bringing back Rite of Armesier. Holy crap, they've also had this locked up for so long at this point. Like, this is good. Infernity Madness Launcher 10,000 machine is finally coming back. You know how many people are going to start, I guarantee you're going to see some Infernity buyouts on the back burner here because this card coming back. People are going to be like, oh, it means it. And can you believe it if I told you? Change of Heart is actually back. All right, like, we actually did it. Change of Heart is now free in the OCG at maximum capacity. All right, that means that they can use this card to their heart's content. Like, that's actually pretty cool to see. Wow. The fact that the OCG chose not to ban anything this list, I think, is a little bit wild. Wanted pushing itself to 1 has been a long time coming, alright? Like, and to the people who are like, well, you know, Wanted to 1 and Snake Eyes Asher 2 isn't enough. It's enough that they can still make more support for the deck. And now that we've lowered down the ceiling on things, it should be a little bit more consistent. Also, this SP sighting here of this going to 2, this is a warning sign. I'm going to once again say this. The OCG will put this card to 1 and or ban it. And I'm kind of wondering if this is a sign, you know, in the future we could see this limited to 1 and then, you know, eventually get cut out of the game. Maybe they realize making SP, I don't know, the semi-limit on this is very, very, very suspicious for the time being. So what do you guys think about this list? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace. patrons. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.